So can you open up with just talking about the resilience of the team the last few minutes of that game?
Yeah, really, really proud of the way that we responded to that adversity. I told the guys that the team that jogged into FAU Stadium, Schnellenberger Field 4 weeks ago wouldn't have won that game, and we did. We found a way to do it, even not playing our best at times in the second half. But so really proud of the way that we responded. Really proud of the maturity and growth that we've shown. Coach Wilson, I got a ton of respect. That team, we knew they weren't going to go away. He's too good a coach. He runs too good a program, and our guys kept fighting. We ran into some self-inflicted wounds, as has been our MO, and we found a way, really for the first time all year, to really overcome those. And I'm not saying I wanted it to happen that way. I think championship teams find ways to close the door when they have opportunities. We're not quite there yet, but it doesn't happen overnight, and I'm really proud of the growth and maturity that we've shown. And we're going to celebrate the hell out of this. I mean, this is the first win in our program's history in this conference, and that's something to be celebrated, especially against a team that has resided in this conference since its inception. And again, just really proud, but we also know that they don't get any easier from here. And we're taking the steps necessary right now to compete. And our the only long-term goal we had was to be competing for championships in late November and early December, and we're still on track to do that. And but we've got to make the same kind of improvements week over week that we've made here the last few weeks.
The first half, clear skies, bright sun. Second half, a lot of rain pouring down on Schnellenberger Field. How big did you guys have to adapt to that weather change?
I mean, maybe more so on the other side. I don't know how much it rains in
Oklahoma,
Tulsa, but I've been here 10 months. I think it's rained every day. So all you got to do is wake up when you live in Boca, and you get used to the rain. So we do wet ball drills and stuff like that. But it's also, we got to take care of our grass too with no turf field. It's challenging at times to organize practice, and our guys are very adaptable throughout the course of the week when it comes to schedules kind of being altered a little bit because of the weather around here. But I thought we handled it well. I think you lean on the run game probably a little bit more. You saw quite a bit of drops out there from both teams. It's difficult to catch the ball in the rain, but yeah, I think just really leaning on the run game and keeping yourselves in third and manageable, so you don't, you're not throwing the ball all over the yard in those kind of conditions.
And you talked about how much you needed the team to be better in scoring in the red zone. Tonight you were nearly perfect as far as I can recall. How would you describe this significant improvement?
A drop pick, a deflected ball, whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. Much more improved. It was good to see us run the ball into the end zone twice down there on near the goal line. So that was definitely a positive. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Logan had missed his last 2 field goals too. So to have him punch one through was really good too. And for those that want to get irritated with the binder, by the way, there was a solid green on to go for it, but I thought with getting the ball to start the second half, the smart thing to do there was to take the points and go up by 10 at that point. And I'm glad we did, and in retrospect, so we got a lot of work to do, and but you know, as the season wears on, you know, from the historical data, I don't think it'll be as rainy moving forward here in late October and November.
Hopefully.
Coach, you guys went like 3.5 quarters today without any penalties. How important is that in a game like this, one-score game back and forth?
Well, it's huge. I mean, you see, I felt like we beat ourselves at times, but also we had 3 turnovers. They had not, or we took the ball away 3 times. We gave the ball away once, you know, and also, and just to be able to control the game, I thought was really important, and I felt like our guys had some confidence in doing that.
Speaking of confidence, what do you think this does for the group? It's been, 4 weeks since they won a game.
Yeah.
To,
Tell me about it.
To, be able to say.
Hadn't been a fun month in the old Schmidt
But
family.
you have got, you said you have gotten better. But
Yes.
how much did they need the result?
Immensely. This was a big game, and I don't want to make it bigger than it being the next one, because it never is, but for us to, thank you, Frank, for us to have those tangible results was really important for us moving forward, because these guys have worked harder than they've ever worked. These guys have strained more than they've ever strained. These guys have submitted to a purpose greater than themselves in a fashion that they'd never done before. And, all of it had been on blind faith and trust up until this point. And to see the results as ugly as they may seem, and we're going to be doing, this a bunch in the film session tomorrow, but that's okay. Finding ways to win ugly is actually a pretty damn good thing too. And we did that tonight, something we haven't been able to do, but to your point, it goes a long, long way in that locker room to be able to do what we did and come on that side of the win-loss column.
Larry McCammon finished with a new season high in rushing yards with 130.
Yeah,
and got
how about that?
yeah.
Wait, season high or career high?
Career?
130 is only his career high?
So, yeah.
Wow, that surprised me when I heard that.
Yeah, and he also got a pair of touchdowns. How would you describe his performance and the overall run game, especially with Kobe was also?
Yeah,
doing well?
again, going back, I think health is big. Those guys have been banged up a bunch, and we've had a third in Zewberry to kind of roll in, and we don't have that now. And so, we went through last week, our bye week, and Larry only practiced one day. Kobe practiced the next day. And then we kind of gave him off to heal up, and I think it paid a lot of dividends. And our O-line did a hell of a job too. If you don't have that night running the football just on tailbacks alone. They did a really good job up front, and we're going to need that in the next 8 weeks.
Any injuries to keep track of, by the way?
I don't think so. No, pretty much everybody. Posey was being evaluated for a concussion. He was the only one that did not go back in. So I think all the other guys, after evaluating, were good to go in terms of getting back in.
Coach, speaking of winning ugly,